Hi seamstress, welcome back to my channel. In today's video we shall be drafting a pattern for a waterfall vintage jacket. So here, this is our basic block. It has the dots per usual. This is our natural waistline, and this here is our hip line. What I did was that I added 7 inches from this waistline here to this point, which is mostly the measurement for so many people from their waist to their hip. For others, it's 8 inches. But you can go ahead and decide how long you want your waterfall jackets to be. That is solely dependent on you. So this here is the paper I'm going to be working with, and this is my block that I shall also be working with. Now I'm just going to go ahead and hold it down with a tip. So from my waist area here, I'm just going to go ahead and first make my sleeve. So from this point, I'm just going to create an extension like this. And then from my waist area, I'm going to create a curve that connects to this point. But before then, you're going to decide how wide you want your wrist measurement to be. So assuming my wrist measurement is 8 inches, and because it's not something that is fitted, it's wide, I'm just going to go ahead and add, say, 5 inches to my wrist measurement and divide by 2. For your convenience, you really don't want it to be tight. Using my curve, I'm just going to go ahead and connect like this to create our, this is just the waist area. And now we have our sleeve. For this other side, you can, if you want, you can leave it the way it is because it's an open jacket. If you want it slightly open, you can go ahead and add 1 to 2 inches around the hemline here just to make it slightly open. But I'm going to leave mine like this. Take a measurement from this point here. That's the measurement of my shoulder. Divide it by 2. And then whatever I get, I mark like I have done. So to create my waterfall jacket, I'm just going to go ahead and use the measurement of my waist. My waist is 30 divided by 4, it's 7.5. So I'm just going to go ahead from this line here, measure 7.5 and mark it. That's the neckline area like this. Next, I'm going to go in with a marker, and from this point where I have marked, I'm going to draw a line that connects like this. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and create another line that connects with this from this point here. So at this point, if you want, you can go ahead and connect from the center front here to this part with a curve, or you can go ahead and use a straight line depending on what you want to achieve. So if you want a curve, you're just going to go ahead and put your curve like this, or you use your hand to create a curve that connects with this. Or you can just go in with your ruler, in which case you're not going to use the exact measurements here. You're just going to use the end of this brown paper and connect like this. It largely depends on what you want. So I'm just going to do this. This space here can just be 1 inch, between 1 to 2 inches, depending on what you want. So this is it. I'm just going to go ahead now and create a connection like this from the hem here to the measurement here. And this is what we have. So I'm just going to go ahead and trim off everything, and then I'll show you what I have. So this here is our final piece, and this is what it looks like. You're going to do the exact same thing to your back. For your sleeve, for the back bodice, you're just going to do the exact same thing we did to the sleeve area here, and also to your shoulder. However, when it comes to the neckline, because we started our front bodice neckline from the mid part of our shoulder. You're also going to increase the width of your back neckline by whatever measurement it is we had here. That's our shoulder divided by 2, and then that is exactly what you're going to do to your back bodice. You then go ahead and connect it to your original back bodice neckline. You're not going to add to it, you're just going to work with it like that. That's the depth. For the width, remember I said this measurement is what you're going to work with. You do the same thing for the sleeve. And after you would have cut everything on your fabric, your back, on the other hand, is going to be cut on fold. So after you would have joined everything together, the sides and the shoulder, you then go ahead and finish it off however it is you want to finish it. Fabrics that will be good for this are crepe fabric, silk, something that drips actually, velvet. They are all fabrics that drip and they will be good for this style. I hope you find this helpful. See you in the next tutorial. Bye.